So this is Rabbi Lever. Honestly, I tell you something about Canon cameras that I know of. The update from the old cameras, you actually needed a computer. Listen, it was an MVI file, which it still is, but it was an MVI file, right? So as an MVI file, you couldn't render it through your phone. There was no such thing, right? Now this is back in the day, right? So what you had to do was shoot the video and put it in the computer to pull it off the card. Now that was kind of hard and kind of tedious, but it worked, right? So in the future, the MVI file became an MP4 file. So by it being an MP4 file, it can easily be transferred to your phone. Now, that was 1080p back in the day. Now, if you think about it, we can actually transfer 4K video from the camera to our phones today. That's what the upgrade was about for me. And not just 4K, 1080p. Any video that you shoot from a Canon camera now, you can transfer it to your phone, watch it, edit it, make it perfect. The 90D and the 80D was perfect. I can't lie. But like I say, I don't chase cameras, but I was trying to start. I was trying to figure the rest of it out because I bought the Rebel T7, and after a while, that camera grew old quick, real quick. It grew so old, they came out with the T7i. But T-Bone Tech told me that if you can't afford the 80D, and you can afford the T7i, and it about do the same thing. So I did what I could to get the T7i, but I never knew it wasn't a professional camera. Why it wasn't a professional camera? Because it only did 85% of the viewfinder. And so it did great pictures. It did video. The quality of the video in that camera was amazing. That's why I loved it so much, but the battery was small. And, I was tired of waiting for the battery to charge. And I broke my own camera. So, honestly, I turned around and tried to order I know they gave me a bad review of the T8i as far as 4K, but I was beginning to be a news journalist. So I just wanted to shoot 1080p, right? So I tried to order the T8i and they stole it from shipping. I never got the camera. So I had to file a lawsuit against Amazon and whoever else. But what ended up happening was Amazon said, hold on, before you do that, let us contact the people that was supposed to send it to you and tell them you never got it. And I never got it. So when they sent something in a box, right? And it came with different languages in the menu, but I read different languages, but it wasn't the language in there that I could personally read. So the book was obsolete. But what was important was that they said this was a professional camera and it had a top window. My cameras never had a top window. The knob was on the other side. It wasn't where the knobs was supposed to be. So I'm trying to figure out, what did they just send me? It was heavy. It was real heavy. I mean, I didn't even use the camera strap because it was that heavy. It was heavy without the lens. So I say, well, what is it? And I looked at the name of it and it said the 80D. And I was like, whoa, I got the 80D for $675. The 80D? I took it out there for wildlife and everything, and guess what? It missed every picture it shot. Now I'm frustrated, like, oh my God, what happened? I mean, it shoots at 1/8,000 of a second. How did I miss? I mean, it was almost on the tripod the way I was holding it. And I got some good glass. So I got the book, downloaded the book, and that's when it told me that inside this camera, you can adjust what it focuses and with it tracks and all that stuff. And I'm like, well, where those settings at? Because I never knew about those because my Rebels was just a point and shoot. You can buy a Rebel camera right now and just pull it out the box, put the lens on it, point and shoot. You didn't have to do nothing extra. But this thing here was a monster. It was different. It was special. Then the top light lit up. Ooh, I could shoot in the dark all day. The top windows lit up. I could see my echorisms on the top light. It was something different. I say, whoa. So they had these professional cameras all this time, and I didn't know it, you know? And so what I ended up doing was adjusting it, and I took it back out there after I adjusted. And once I adjusted, every picture came out solid. I'm talking about I was shooting black and whites of birds flapping their wings and stuff. I'm talking about hey, listen, what they said it did, it started doing it that day. After I adjusted it, oh man, it was amazing. It was beautiful. And just like I say, when you chase one thing, they come out with another one. Hey, we came out with a new camera. I was like, oh no, they didn't. They finna just doo-doo on me again. I just got the 80D. Here it come. We came out with the 90D, shooting 4K uncropped. Then it's got a crop version to it, and it's got a slow motion that you can put it in, and it's got 32.3 megapixel sensor in it. It's touchscreen. It's a upgrade to the 80D with its resolution, and I'm like, I'll never be able to afford that. I'm just gonna put that on the back burner and keep watching Amazon because, you know, Amazon actually changed my account. I don't even have a regular Amazon account no more. I have a business Amazon account. So my receipt to my camera disappeared too. So I couldn't even get it fixed or replaced. So I got a different one and I started shooting video. I started shooting the news and, you know, it was basically fun. And I started still doing camera reviews. I was listening to it. They was talking good about it. Some people was disappointed about it. They didn't feel like, you know, the 45 autofocus points was enough. You know, people is never satisfied with enough. You know, I had a camera that did 5 autofocus points, so 45 would be great. I know what they did with the 7D and the 5D Mark IV or something with the 50 megapixel sensor. I can't believe they won't repeat that again. They came out with the first 50 megapixel sensor. It didn't do video, but as far as an image, oh man, that mug was awesome. And I mean, for stills and everything, 50 megapixels was enough. But in the end of the day, the 24 megapixels and the 80D was great. I mean, for prints and everything I did, the 80D was a game changer for my photography. And then I got the 90D, and but the Rebels taught me that I could change colors to things. That's what the Rebels taught me, and I began to manipulate water. I began to manipulate water to where it was still moving, but it was actually blue. If the sky blue, I could change the water blue. And I learned that from my Rebels. So when I got the 80D, I'm wondering, do the 80D do the same thing but better? It did. The 80D did the same thing but better. And I was amazed at that. It did the same thing, but it just did it better. It did it better than anything I ever seen. I said it over there.